Hello, Mr. Rod.
Hello, you're very formal this morning. Hello, Mr. Rod. Wow. Hello. Very British.
Then what should I say?
No.
Hello.
Love sounds very come to you. Hello, Mr. Rod. So British.
I'm trying to be like you.
No, oh, come on. Yeah, no, I Selamat pagi, Fadi.
Selamat
I
pagi
never heard
juga.
it before. Pagi and Fadi goes very well together. Selamat pagi, Fadi. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I like the earlier morning. Better to just for our lovely audience. We are Fadi and we're making the videos at 8 o'clock in the morning. It used to be 9:30. I think the early morning's better. It's fresh, nice light coming in. Yeah, I think it's better. Get more things done. All right, Fadi. So today we are going to look at part 3 of our series, which is actually quite popular. We got a lot of comments from Facebook and other places about the difference between British English and American English. A lot of comments about it. A lot of people appreciate it indeed. Even Indonesians who have advanced levels of English, who can basically almost speak like a bule, they can speak fluent English. Even many of them have said, you know what, I never knew that difference between British English and American English. So they really appreciate it. So yeah, I think it's very useful, certainly very useful. And also, as our purpose, the purpose of this channel is to help Indonesians learn English, and that's what this does. So it's also about educating about the world, about 2 countries, the cultures, language, and also about English and Bahasa Indonesia. And that's where you come in, Fadi, because you do a great job translating. All right, should we go on? Should we start? I think today we have about...
Let's get started.
Yeah, I think we have about 10 today. Is it about 10? Yeah, the first one is the word we say in English. We say aerial, which is the thing on the roof of a car or on the roof of a house to get a signal for TV, radio, and so on. Called an aerial. A-E-R-I-A-L. A-E-R-I-A-L. But the Americans, in their wisdom, call it an antenna. Antenna. So I don't know which one is better than the other. I think basically neither of them really describe carrying a signal. But anyway, maybe you could just translate that.
Oke. Ya, hari ini kita akan melanjutkan dari sesi sebelumnya, dari British English versus American English. Ini adalah part ketiganya. Yang kata pertama adalah aerial, itu British English, sedangkan American English-nya adalah antenna. A-N-T-E-N-N-A. Kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan kita juga menyebutnya antena, yang biasa dipasang di genteng untuk mendapatkan sinyal.
Yeah, it's about signal, TV, radio, smartphone, right? Signal, yeah? Very good. And our phones, our smartphone, the aerial or American antenna is inside the phone. You can't see it, right? It's inside the phone. Whereas on a house or on a roof of a car, you can see it sticking up, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, that's the first one. And then kedua is money, in which we say, for example, that's this one here. Let me show you here. Here's some money. And so, like this one, this is I only have one of these, by the way. I have no money this week. Very little. See that there? In England or Britain, we call it a bank note. A bank note. Whereas in America, that's just called a bill. B-I-L-L. All right?
Okay.
Bank note and bill. That's it.
Now, what about money? Where is it from?
The word
UK
money,
or US?
I don't really know where the word money comes from. In Chinese, it's called what? In Indonesia, it's uang, right?
Uang, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea where the word money comes from. That's a crazy. I never heard that question before. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We call Monopoly. You know Monopoly, the game Monopoly.
Yeah.
We call that funny money because it's not real money.
Oh, okay.
And you know, some currencies like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is in Africa.
Yeah.
When their currency crashed, it was basically 1 million Zimbabwe dollars was worth nothing. So we called that funny money. Funny money means it's not worth anything. Zero, almost zero, right? We call it funny money. Yeah. So British call it a note, bank note, because the bank gives you a note, and Americans call it a bill.
Okay. Yang kedua adalah uang kertas. British English menyebutnya bank note dengan spasi, bank spasi note. Sedangkan American English menyebutnya bill, B-I-L-L.
Good, that's it. All right, very good. That's money or funny money. Just explain funny money or uang lucu, right? Is money where the currency is collapsed, where it's worth zero, almost zero. Yeah, just maybe explain.
Yeah. Kemudian tadi juga saya menanyakan kalau sebetulnya kata money itu datang dari UK atau dari US. Dan Mr. Rod tidak tahu itu asalnya dari mana. Tapi kalau kita bermain permainan papan, monopoli.
Like in Zimbabwe, African country, Zimbabwe, Africa.
Dan juga di Zimbabwe, di Afrika, uang mereka itu disebutnya funny money. Karena seberapa banyak pun itu tidak ada nilainya.
Yeah, hampir zero.
Ya, hampir zero. Okay.
1 million, 1 juta Zimbabwe dollar, 1 juta, hampir zero value.
Oh,
funny money.
Funny money.
Yeah, funny
Jadi
money.
funny money itu kalau di Zimbabwe meskipun sebanyak 1 juta uang Zimbabwe, tapi nilainya itu hampir 0.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when I used to joke, I say, hey, honey, it's not funny if you have no money.
Okay. I like that one.
Right, number 3, ketiga, we have, what do you call in Bahasa in Indonesia, the person who does the legal? What's the name? Is notaris. Notaris in Bahasa Indonesia. In English is solicitor. Our solicitor is basically almost the same as a notaris. All right. But in Indonesia, notaris is someone who often does work with like buying and selling a house, the legal side. Whereas in English and in America, and in America it's called attorney, English is called solicitor, and they don't just do transaction between buying and selling a house. They do legal, criminal cases, anything to do with the law. That's what they do. All right. So America is solicitor, and English is solicitor, and America is attorney.
Selanjutnya adalah notaris. Kalau di Indonesia, notaris ini biasanya berkaitan dengan penjualan bangunan, rumah, atau hal semacamnya. Sedangkan dalam British English ini notaris disebutnya solicitor, dan dalam American English attorney.
Yeah.
Ya. Tapi bedanya kalau di Inggris dan di Amerika itu notaris itu tidak hanya berkaitan dengan masalah penjualan bangunan. Biasanya juga berkaitan dengan hal-hal berbau kriminal. kejahatan lainnya.
Any type of legal case, they handle. It could be buying and selling a house. It could be two people having an argument, legal argument.
Then maybe in Indonesian we call it as pengacara.
Oh, say it again.
Pengacara.
Pengacara.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow. I've been living here 20, saya tinggal di sini 20 tahun. And the first time, pertama, I didn't know. Wow.
That's why I am here to let you know.
That's why exactly. That's why you're such an important part of this channel. Good. Yeah, you're a very, very important part of this channel. Without you, there would be no channel. All right, number keempat. All right. Oh, this is a funny one. You know, in England we call it eating a biscuit, and Americans call it a cookie, right? So, but the funny thing is, if you look at the spelling of biscuit, right? A biscuit is B-U-S, okay, sorry, is B-I-S-C-U-I-T, B-I-S-C-U-I-T, and a lot of Indonesians pronounce it biscuit. Even my wife, she's been married to me for my wife's been married to me for 100 years, right? More than 100 years. And even she, listening to my English, still says biscuit. And I say, no, it's biscuit. But she said it's spelled U-I-T. Yes, but that's because English is Bahasa Gila kadang-kadang, right? So it's spelled B-I-S-C-U-I-T, but it's pronounced biscuit, right? Okay, and then of course America is cookie.
Yang keempat adalah biskuit atau kue yang kering gitu. Kalau UK English menyebutnya biscuit dengan C. Kalau kita kan bahasa Indonesia pakai K. Kalau Inggris itu pakai C, biscuit. Sedangkan American English menyebutnya cookie.
Yeah, cookie. You said it wrong. Cookie.
Cookie. Okay.
Aduh. Okay, kelima. Yeah, you know, if you're in a car, and in the car you have basically, in the back of the car you put your luggage. You know, you lift the back of the car. We call that a boot. B-O-O-T. Right? The boot of a car, lifting the back of the car to put luggage in. But the Americans call it trunk, like elephant trunk. You know elephant trunk?
Oh, yeah.
Very strange. And both words, the boot has nothing to do with, a boot is, we used to wear on the shoe, it's a big boot, it's a shoe.
Oh, yeah.
Big shoe, heavy shoe. So why we call the back of a car where we put the luggage, right? The taxi, you pull the back of the car, the boot, and put the luggage inside, right? And then close the boot. Americans call it the trunk. Yeah.
Trunk. Okay. Yeah. Selanjutnya adalah bagasi. Bagasi kalau di mobil biasanya di bagian belakang tempat kita menyimpan barang. Bagasi. Kalau British English itu disebutnya boot, seperti sepatu boot. B-O-O-T.
Correct.
Sedangkan American English menyebutnya trunk, T-R-U-N-K.
Correct.
Sebenarnya dua kata ini tadi kalau UK boot ini sama dengan sepatu boot, dan trunk ini sama dengan belalai gajah.
Yeah, very good. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the next one, ke-6, is even also very strange, because the front of a car, where the engine, the machine engine, the front, in England we call it a bonnet, right? A bonnet, B-O-N-N-E-T, whereas Americans call it a hood. They say hey, take a look under the hood. It means you have a problem with your car, right? Your mobile rucksack machine is mati, doesn't start your engine. So Americans say, take a look under the hood. Means open the bonnet, lift the bonnet up at the front of the car, have a look, what's wrong, what's wrong? All right? So in English, bonnet, Americans, hood.
Actually, I forgot the Indonesian word, but I think that's okay, right?
Forgive you, we forgive you. Oh, by the way, both words have other meanings in British. A hood is something that goes over the head, like you have a jacket with a hood.
Oh,
Right? Jacket with a hood, it's like this, a hood. That's called a hood. It's cut by the clothing goes over the head. So a jacket and a hood. And a bonnet is something a lady wears over her head. It's like a jilbab, but it doesn't go around here. It goes around here like that. It's like a little thing. It's called like a headscarf. You know, a headscarf, right? It's like that, and we call it a bonnet. So hood and bonnet actually refer to clothing. Hood and like a small head, very small headscarf. Not big headscarf is like this, right? Small headscarf is called a bonnet. So why we use that to describe the front of a car, I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it's useful if you can tell our audience about that, about the reference to clothing.
Ya. Yang keenam adalah bagian depan mobil yang biasanya di dalamnya tuh ada pokoknya mesin-mesin mobil tuh di situ. Kalau UK, kalau British English menyebutnya bonnet dengan double N, sedangkan American English menyebutnya hood, HOOD. Nah, tapi dua kata ini tuh punya arti lain. Jadi kalau bonnet itu sama dengan penutup kepala, tapi yang kecil, kain kecil untuk nutupin kepala yang diikat gitu. Sedangkan bonnet, sedangkan American English hood itu artinya seperti tudung kepala. Kalau kita pakai hoodie, orang Indonesia juga suka pakai hoodie, ya ditutup kayak gitu. Jadi pokoknya penggunaan kata ini tuh harus disesuaikan dengan konteksnya karena memiliki dua arti.
You often hear people described as hoodies. People called, oh, he's a hoodie. It's someone wearing a jacket with a hood. We call them a hoodie. In fact, in England, in Great Britain, people were not allowed to wear jacket and a hood in a shopping mall or in public in a mall or somewhere, because sometimes they would use the hood so that the camera, CCTV, cannot see the face. So if they were doing something illegal like stealing in a shop, the camera couldn't see the face. So in Britain, there were laws, but especially during certain bad times, make it illegal. You cannot have a hood to cover the face in certain places because the camera cannot see the face. Interesting, eh?
Maybe hoodie, jadi istilah untuk orang yang memakai hood itu adalah hoodie. Tapi di Inggris, di Britania Raya, pada saat-saat tertentu dan juga di tempat-tempat tertentu itu kita tidak boleh memakai hoodie karena memakai hood ini bisa menghalangi muka kita sehingga susah untuk dideteksi oleh kamera CCTV.
Very good. All right. Next one. The next one is, this is interesting. Indonesians know this as a janitor, you know, someone who cleans the building, a janitor, right? Or you may call a cleaner, someone who cleans the toilets, the bathroom, the washroom, different rooms, the classrooms, or parts of the building is called a janitor. But in England, we call it a caretaker. One word, caretaker. You know, care and to take. So caretaker, someone who takes care of the building. caretaker. All right, whereas the Americans call it a janitor. So every school has caretaker or a janitor. Most buildings, public buildings, have someone to take care of it. So if you had to compare which word best describes the job, I think this time we'd have to say the English word, right? The British word, caretaker. Whereas janitor, what's that mean? Janitor, I know. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, ya. Selanjutnya adalah pesuruh atau yang suka bersih-bersih bangunan. Biasanya mungkin di kantor atau di sekolah. Kalau di kantor mungkin kita menyebutnya office boy.
Well, no. An office boy can do the stationery, to get the paper, the pens, filing stuff, do work in the office, like copying from the photocopier, things like that. Whereas a janitor doesn't do that. Janitor does clean only, does the cleaning. Yeah. So office boy. Office boy works in the office duties. Yeah.
Jadi yang selanjutnya ini pesuruh atau ya tukang bersih-bersih. Ini berbeda dengan office boy. Kalau office boy ini bisa melakukan pekerjaan di kantor seperti untuk fotokopi atau membawakan kertas segala macam. Jadi kalau pesuruh ini khusus untuk bersih-bersih, menjaga kebersihan lingkungan. Di British English disebut sebagai caretaker, jadi satu kata tanpa spasi. Sedangkan American English menyebutnya janitor, Janitor.
Correct. Very good.
Dan saya setuju dengan Mr. Rod kalau kata dari Inggris ini caretaker rasanya lebih bagus, lebih baik dalam mendeskripsikan.
Taking care of the building. A caretaker takes care of the building, cleaning.
Caretaker ini menjaga kebersihan dari suatu bangunan.
Yeah, it looks after the building. Yeah, it's good. All right. Then we have, in England, one of our very old, classical, popular makan is fish and chips. In England, everywhere you see a shop, fish and chips. So we know what fish is, but in England we had the fish with yellow cooling back, going round it to cover the fish. We call it batter, right? And then the chips, what the Americans call French fries. British called chips, Americans called French fries. Why French fries? I have no idea. Okay, you fry it, but French? No idea at all. But there you go. In English, it's chips, right? And Americans call French fries. Americans call chips what the British called crisps. That's another story. We won't go there today.
Right? I've heard it before.
Yeah. Chips and French fries.
Berikutnya adalah kentang goreng. Kalau di Inggris, British English itu menyebutnya chips, CHIPS. Seperti ada makanan yang sangat dikenal, itu tuh asli dari Inggris, yaitu fish and chips. Sedangkan di Inggris di Amerika disebutnya French fries.
French, kenapa? Tidak tahu. Nobody knows. Anyway, okay, next one. Oh, this is interesting. If you cook food, in America, we cook meats and cook foods, we fry foods on a stove. We call it a stove, S-T-O-V-E. Whereas in Great Britain, we call it a cooker, right? So, a cooker is in British, stove is American. So, actually, if you look at the word cooker, we do cook on a cooker. Bisa masak di cooker, So, I don't know what you think, Fadi. I think cooker best describes cooking, right?
I agree with you.
Okay, I'm very happy you agreed with me. Good. Just
Selanjutnya adalah kompor, tempat biasa kita kalau mau masak. Kalau British English menyebutnya cooker, dan sedangkan Amerika menyebutnya stove dengan V.
Yeah.
Dan rasanya cooker ini mendeskripsikan lebih baik.
Very good. That's true. All right. Next one. 10. This is a funny one. Polisi. You call police into Bahasa Indonesia polisi. Now, most of us know in Bahasa Indonesia polisi as people who do the traffic, right? Do this, and this, and the traffic, this, right? And if you're naughty when you're driving, they stop you, right? Okay, that's police. Most Indonesians see the police in terms of controlling the traffic, right? However, in Britain and America and many parts of the world, the police do many things. They patrol, they walk the streets, they come to people's houses if there's a problem. If there's people fighting in a house, they'll come. So in England, a policeman, not an officer, just a normal policeman, is called a constable. Constable. He's like the first step, if you like, of being a policeman, right? Okay, they finish up as a chief constable, lieutenant, and so on. But the first step or the first stage is constable. Whereas in America, they're called a patrolman. Patrolman, right? When I always think of patrolman as basically the guys who drive a car around, right? Whereas in England, a constable can be someone who walks the street, comes to your house, drives the car, does many things. Constable, patrolman.
Okay. Yang ke-10 adalah polisi. Mungkin kalau di kita bahasa Indonesia menyebutnya polisi lalu lintas, yaitu polisi yang pangkatnya rendah. Kalau di British English disebutnya constable. Sedangkan American English menyebutnya patrolman.
So if you have a woman, do you call her? I never hear patrol woman.
Patrol woman.
Never. So as a woman, what do you call them? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe patrol chairwear. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. I don't know. By the way, sorry, carry on.
Okay. Sorry. Jadi kalau patrolman itu mungkin kita lebih identiknya langsung menggambarkan polisi yang suka ada keliling di jalan, di lalu lintas untuk berpatroli. Sedangkan kalau constable ini di Inggris, polisi itu bisa jalan, yang ada di jalan, yang berpatroli, atau juga polisi yang mendatangi rumah-rumah untuk investigasi.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah. By the way, this is interesting. In the slang, slang language. In America, you hear, we call them cops. Hey, that's a cop. Oh. A cop is a policeman, right? Or policewoman. Yeah. That's a cop. And in England, we also call them cops. But in England, we often call them the bill. B-I-L-L. The same as Americans call the money, like we call this, Americans call that a bill, we call it a note. In England, we call policemen a bill. Why? I don't know. We call them a bill. We call other words as well, very rude words. We won't talk about that, but they get called the bill quite often. So cops is universal. All over the world, a policeman is a cop, or policewoman is a cop. But in England, in Britain, we sometimes call them the bill. The bill. Why? I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's slang, by the way.
Ya. Dan untuk kedua kata ini juga ada bahasa slangnya, S-L-A-N-G, yaitu atau kata gaul. Kalau bahasa Indonesia-nya. Ya. Bahasa gaul. Kalau di Amerika disebutnya itu cops, tapi cops ini tuh sebenarnya agak universal juga. diketahui di seluruh dunia kalau polisi itu disebutnya cops.
Yeah.
Sedangkan di Inggris, di Britania Raya, constable ini disebut bill.
Yeah.
B-I-L-L. Penulisannya sama persis dengan bagaimana Amerika menggambarkan uang kertas.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
All right, bingung, gerang bingung. Yeah. Confusing. Yeah. Bingung, confusing. Okay. Two more. This is very strange. You know when you're washing the dishes, right? You wash the dishes, you wash the cups, right, in the kitchen. Now you need to dry them. You need to dry so we can use them. They're wet. We need to dry them. Well, in England, we call the small hand, it's like a handuk, small towel, very small. We call it a tea towel. Tea, you know, tea, drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Tea or tea towel, tea-towel. Americans call it a dish towel, right? To clean the dishes. So, to be honest, I think the Americans best describes it while cleaning the dishes and the cups and things. Whereas, think about the British. This is so stupid. Your tea towel, you're cleaning the tea? How can you clean tea? Come on, it's crazy. Anyway, there you go.
British surely really love tea so much.
Oh, they love their tea. Maybe that's why they call it tea towel. Yeah. Describe it to the audience. Yeah.
Yang ke-11 adalah handuk kecil yang digunakan untuk mengeringkan alat makan yang sudah dicuci. Sorry. Kalau British English menyebutnya tea towel, teh yang biasa kita minum. Sedangkan Amerika menyebutnya dish towel. Dan rasanya Amerika ini lebih baik ya dalam mendeskripsikan.
Yeah, what is dish? Piring. Dish is piring, right?
Piring, ya.
Yeah. So it's more accurate, yeah. Yeah, tea towel, dish towel. Yeah, Americans is by far the better description. Yeah, more accurate. Very good. All right. We have one more. Satu lagi is, you know, in Bahasa you call it a toko. It's a shop. Toko. In England we call it a shop, but in America they call it a store. S-T-O-R-E. But in Britain, a small shop where you may even call a warung. Small shop we call a shop. A warung is one person serves you the products, right? You come in and gives you. As soon as you have 2 or 3 or 4 people, shop assistants, and you have an counter and a checkout, in England we call that a store. So Americans will call any shop a store. They don't call it a shop. It's all stores, right? Whereas the British will call it, if it's small, like one person, one owner, one person working, a shop. But as soon as you have 2 or 3 people and a checkout, you know the checkout, right, where you queue up to pay, that is, then the British call that a store. All right, so it's kind of interesting.
Yang terakhir adalah toko, ya, atau warung. Kalau British English menyebutnya itu shop. Tapi shop ini lebih tepatnya digunakan kalau kita menggambarkan warung atau toko kecil yang dijalankan oleh hanya satu orang. Ya. Sedangkan American English menyebutnya itu store. Kalau di Amerika, penggunaan store ini bisa untuk toko yang ukurannya kecil hingga besar. Kalau di Inggris, shop itu untuk toko yang kecil atau warung, sedangkan untuk toko yang lumayan besar hingga besar dan dijalankan oleh lebih dari satu orang, dan juga ada tempat mengantri untuk di kasir, disebutnya store juga.
And of course, both in England, in Britain, and in America, when you get a big store like Carrefour, right? Example, Ramayana, we call that a superstore, or sometimes a hypermart, right? Or a hyperstore. Hyper means very, very big. So it could be super or hyper, H-Y-P-E-R, hyperstore, or a hypermart or superstore, right?
Kemudian baik di Inggris ataupun di Amerika, untuk toko yang sangat besar, misalnya seperti Carrefour atau Ramayana, itu disebutnya superstore atau hyperstore, hypermart.
Hypermart, hyperstore, there are different names for it. By the way, very interesting. You know, in Indonesia, if you take Alphamart, Alphamart in Britain would be called a store, not a shop. Why? Because Alphamart has more than one person working in there, has maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 shop assistants and a checkout, right? So Alphamart have checkout. In England, that would be called a store, and in America, it would be called a store, right? But if you go down, if you walk down to the warung, where it's got one person in a warung serving food or whatever, candy, cookies or whatever, right? Or someone goes to buy a packet of cigarettes or something from a small warung. In England, that would be called a shop. All right? Interesting, hey? Interesting. So in Indonesia, Alphamart would be called in England a store, and in America a store, right? Whereas a warung would be called a shop in England, but still called a store in America.
Ya, penjelasan tambahan. Kalau di kita mungkin ada minimarket seperti Indomaret, Alfamart. Meskipun tokonya kecil, tapi kalau di Inggris toko yang seperti itu disebutnya store karena memiliki lebih dari satu pegawai di dalamnya dan juga ada tempat mengantri di kasir. Jadi baik di Inggris ataupun di Amerika, Alfamart, Indomart ini disebutnya store. Ya, sedangkan shop ini balik lagi seperti yang tadi sudah dijelaskan, shop ini lebih tepatnya untuk warung.
That's right, warung. All right, very good, Fadi. Interesting, hey? Interesting. The differences we learn. You know, sometimes even when we're discussing these things, I'm learning something new because I forgot. Sometimes we forget things over many years. We forget, and suddenly we think, oh yeah. So even for ourselves, we are learning again. We're relearning or learning again. All right. Okay, Fadi. So I think today this is number 3, Bagian 3, or number 3. I think we maybe have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more where we're going to talk about all the differences, which are about American and the language and how we say things. All right. Okay, but today that's enough. So I just want to say to all the listeners, as you probably know now, every video we make now, or we try to create a lesson with questions. So as you listen to the video, you can then answer the questions. This is very good for SMR, SM Pair, and university students, right? So you're listening, watching, and now you can answer the questions. So you're learning. This is a real lesson from us, free. All right. So if you're a teacher in a school, SMR, SMP, speak to the head of the school, the head person of the school. Speak to them and tell them they can have free English lessons. We're making 2 or 3 videos every week. And if you work if you're studying or you work in a university as a lecturer, as a docent, tell the university. And already we have some universities who are now using our videos and our lessons, which are free for the university and for the school. And by the way, if you look underneath this video, you can see the lesson. In the description has the lesson, and you will see multiple choice answers. So you don't have to think of the answer. You look at A, B, C, or D and choose the right one. So my friends, this is what we're doing now. We're actually making it more interesting. So every time you watch one of our videos, you can actually complete the answers. All right. And then if you want, put the answers in the comments or send them to us. Right. And we will we'll check them for you. If you're a teacher or if you're a docent, a lecturer, we can even send you the teacher answer sheet. All right. All right. Sorry, Fadi, I've given you a lot to translate there.
That's okay. I got it. Ya, jadi hari ini adalah part ketiga dari seri British English versus American English. Sepertinya kita masih akan melanjutkan seri ini sampai 3 atau 4 video. Kemudian jangan lupa untuk cek description box di bawah, karena Miss Rod akan mencantumkan 10 atau lebih soal pilihan ganda. Ada 4 pilihan berdasarkan video ini. Jadi kita bisa sambil latihan, listening, melatih pendengaran kita. Bagaimana native speaker Inggris berbicara dan kita mencari jawabannya yang tepat. Kemudian juga jika Anda seorang guru atau dosen, baik di SMP, SMA, ataupun di universitas, dan ingin berkolaborasi dengan Miss Rod untuk mengajar bahasa Inggris, bisa hubungi Miss Rod langsung di emailnya, akan dituliskan juga di description box di bawah. Dan juga, tadi kalau sudah mengerjakan soal, boleh menulisnya di comment section, atau boleh juga mengirimkannya langsung ke Miss Rod. Nanti beliau akan langsung mengecek dan memberikan jawabannya yang benar. Kalaupun guru ingin mengecek jawaban yang benar, boleh minta kunci jawabannya ke Miss Rod. Tinggal hubungi aja melalui email.
Yeah, sure. Fadi, thank you very much. As always, you do a great job. As always, you look very beautiful. You're very smart. You translate so well. And many of our viewers make lovely comments about you and how professional you are and how you do. So thank you from the team at Pak Guru Rod, from our team. Thank you. And to you, our viewers, our lovely viewers, please remember this. If you believe, and Fadi, I'd like you to translate this. If you believe that the new Indonesia, our beautiful country Indonesia, if you believe that in a population of 260 million Indonesians, that it's important in the new world we're living in, that Indonesians should be able to speak English, right? If you believe that to be true, then please support us. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please share, right? And please press the like as well. Just support us, please, because it's not easy. You know, it's quite hard what we do, but we love doing it because we believe it's now time for Indonesians, all Indonesians have the opportunity to learn English fluently, speak English and write English for free, gratis. That's my goal, that's our mission. Bu Fadi.
Pesan yang terakhir, jika Anda percaya kalau Indonesia ini akan bisa semakin maju dengan belajar bahasa Inggris, maka mohon bantuannya untuk subscribe, like, dan juga share video kami, karena kami sangat membutuhkan bantuan Anda semua. Dan yang pasti tujuannya adalah agar misi kami, misi Miss Rod ini tersampaikan untuk mengajar bahasa Inggris secara gratis kepada orang-orang Indonesia yang memang ingin belajar agar lancar berbahasa Inggris.
Very good. Excellent. That's very good. Fadi. Okay, so now we finish, and sampai jumpa lagi. Thank you, the viewer. Thank you, and see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.